Hey everybody, I'm back. As I promised my previous video, um, I'm just gonna cut right to it. There's the town I've been working in for the past week or two is about 45 minutes south of here. I never go there. There's no reason for me to go there, but I've been driving through and there's a thrift store. And on my lunch break the other day, I went to the thrift store, and it was a house that was kind of turned into like a consignment thrift store. So there's little rooms here and there. One of the rooms was basically all CDs and records. What was a bummer was a lot of the records were stacked piles high, but they also had 5 or 6 cratefuls, a couple totefuls, and um, dug through that for about half an hour. I wish I could spend more time there, but um, and all records were 50 cents. Some are a quarter, which I didn't quite understand the pricing system that they had, but yeah, all these were mainly 50 cents, some were a quarter. But um, I asked the gentleman why he has so many records, how he acquired so many, and he goes to estate sales and auctions and buys lots of records for a low price, turns around and just sells them for 50 cents. Or he said he might keep the really good records, really rare records, and try selling them online. But so I was there for about a half hour, and I started like kind of looking at the piles, looking at the spines. I found a few in there, and I was digging through the crates, found a great amount of some awesome records, some really. I'm gonna show the best ones first, and um, some records I was really excited about. So here we go. Um, First one, Elvis Costello. What is this? The Costello Show featuring Elvis Costello, King of America. I love Elvis Costello. I love his sound. He's got a great sound. I probably have 6 or 7 on Elvis Costello records, but I love Elvis Costello. And this is gonna be a good listen from 1986 on the CBS record label, so, or Columbia. Yeah, yeah. So really excited to give that a listen. I love Elvis Costello. My Aim Is True. It's probably one of my favorite records. It's up there on the top 15, 20 list of my favorite records of all time. So, King of America, Elvis Costello. This one I was totally stoked to find. It's Badfinger. Straight up a Badfinger. Yeah, at first when I was digging through the piles, I thought it was Traffic. And I stopped, I looked at it, I thought it was Traffic. And I picked it up and looked at it, and I'm like, oh, holy shit, you know. Straight up a Badfinger. Great record. This is on the Apple label. Some songs were produced by Todd Rundgren, and some were produced by George Harrison. So, straight up, Badfinger. Cannot wait to give that a spin. This was a really cool find. There was like maybe a foot long stack of almost electronic. Um, it's kind of hard to explain, but the records were kind of in order by genre, but I think that's just how they acquired them. But found this. I don't want to butcher his name. Johann Johannes Schmoling. The Weaving Reet is the name. I probably butchered that too of the album, but that comes from the Dutch and means windblown reeds. So, and he was former member of Tangerine Dream's first solo recording from 1987, and this is on the Lifestyle Records, and I believe this is a Canadian pressing as well. So, really happy to get this. Really excited to listen to this. I may not have to clean this. This looks like it's in just amazing shape. So, stoked to find that. Then came across Emmett Rhodes, his debut album, solo work from Emmett Rhodes. All instruments, vocals, and arrangements by Emmett Rhodes. I don't know a whole lot about Emmett Rhodes. I listened to a few samples after I bought this. I just thought I've seen people show it, I think, and it just caught my eye. So I bought it and I listened to a few samples, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. And this is in the Dunhill ABC Dunhill label. So really happy to get my hands on that. This is in great shape too. So Emmett Rhodes, and then we're getting into the. A lot of these records are really dirty, so I'm gonna have to clean a lot of records. But check this out, Mott the Hoople, All the Young Dudes. I have 2 albums by Mott the Hoople, their first 2 records, and now I have All the Young Dudes. I'm really, really excited to find this. I mean, you can tell, like, the spine is just, it's shot, but the record, I mean, it could use a good cleaning. There's a few light scratches in it, surface, but yeah, I cannot wait to give this a listen. I love Mott the Hoople. I've been listening to their first 2 records quite a bit lately, and I just love them. And this is the one where Bowie, I think David Bowie had a lot to do with, well, he produced the album. There you go. I thought he had a lot to do with the songwriting as well, and he played saxes in this album. So, yeah, very cool. All the Young Dudes, Mott the Hoople. Let's see here. Then I found another cool one. Mott the Hoople Live. Once again, this is a little beat up. The record, this record's in actually really good shape, so just have to clean it, and it should sound pretty good. So Mott the Hoople Live from 74. So really excited to pick this up. Mott the Hoople Live. So now I have, excuse me. But yeah, now I have a good amount of Mott the Hoople in my collection, and really excited to dig into that one. Found this one. This had a little bit of like water damage, corner right there. Kraftwerk. This is, I don't know, Ralph and Florian, 2 gentlemen. I'm not too sure the name of this album. I think it's just Kraft and Florian is the name of the album. So I have 1 cassette tape of Kraftwerk. I love it. I have 1 record in my collection. Don't like it, and you know, for as cheap as it was, I picked it up. So Kraftwerk. I can't wait to listen to this. If it's along the lines of, you know, their synthesized, kind of ambient almost sound. Yeah, this should be a good listen, I hope. So, Kraftwerk. Then I picked this up. I picked this up. Michael Frank's Previously Unavailable. Something about the album cover just caught me. Michael Frank's Previously Unavailable. I thought it was going to be like a jazz record, is what kind of struck me as, and it was made in 1983, printed in 83 on John Hammond Records. So yeah, cannot wait to listen to this. From what I've read, it's a bit more of a kind of a popular, lighter jazz, but he's got a great voice and a great lineup of musicians that are supporting him on this album. So Michael Frank's Previously Unavailable. Then I found Holst the Planets, performed by Leonard Bernstein and the New York Philharmonic. So I've heard good things about Holst and the Planets. And this is performed by Leonard Bernstein and the New York Philharmonic. So yeah, cannot wait to give this a listen. This is in really great shape too. So. And then found Breakout, Mitch Ryder and Detroit Wheels, Special Added Attraction, Devil with the Blue Dress On, and Good Golly Miss Molly. This is, I believe, their first album from, it has to be early, mid-60s, not exactly sure. This is on the New Voice record label, so I don't know if this is like a reissue or repress, but I haven't looked too deeply into it yet, so. Breakout, Mitch Ryder, and Detroit Wheels. After I left this place, my hands were filthy. I mean, it was dusty and crammed in there. My hands, my fingertips were black, and it just felt gross, you know. But I had to go back to work, so it's not like it mattered anyway. But yeah, I'm glad I stuck around and dug a while though, because I found some cool records. So. Francis Albert Sinatra, Frank Sinatra, and Antonio Carlos Jobim. Arranged and conducted by Klaus Ogerman. So I'm thinking with Antonio Carlos Jobim on board, it's going to be kind of like a Brazilian flavor to it, have a Brazilian flavor to it, maybe like a bossa nova sound. Frank Sinatra's vocals are beautiful. I'm not a huge Sinatra fan. I have a couple records of his in my collection, but this should be a good listen. Yeah, and I have a solo album by Antonio Carlos Jobim, and he worked with, I want to say he worked on the CPI label maybe, or under Creed Taylor at some point, so excited to give that a spin. I'm not a Reprise label. Then we found another cool Pablo record, Pablo Live, Ella Anise. This features Ella Fitzgerald, who I absolutely love her voice. She has an amazing voice. Ella Fitzgerald, Tommy Flanagan on piano, Ed Thigpen on drums, and Frank De La Rosa on bass. So this is going to be a great listen, I have a feeling. A solid trio with Ella Fitzgerald and her beautiful voice. This is from 70, I want to say 74 maybe, 72, 74, something like that. Really excited to give this a spin. These records are all in super nice condition. So, actually, 1983. That was the late 70s, but 1983. So, like I said, Ella Fitzgerald, I absolutely love her voice, and there's something about it that's just so soothing. It relaxes me when I'm down here spinning it. And it's just very soothing and very puts me in my happy place. So. Just a couple more. This record's been at my antique mall for about $20, $25. Haven't bought it. Didn't want to spend that much on it. The Kingsmen in person featuring Louie Louie. The Kingsmen were kind of like a, I guess, garage rock band would be the best way to describe them. This is on the One label. Pretty dirty. I mean, just dusty. But once I run it through the spin clean, it should come clean really nice, very nicely. So, Kingsman in person featuring Louie Louie. Then we found, I seldom pass up anything by Chick Corea, really. Chick Corea, Secret Agent. But 1978 on the Polydor label. And I cannot wait to listen to this either. I have a lot of Chick Corea records in my collection. Return to Forever. A couple projects he worked with a few other people. But Chick Corea, Secret Agent, 1983, or 78, excuse me, 1978. So I'm going to give that a shot. Usually, it's very seldom I buy a record by someone that I know, or it's very seldom that I buy a record that I just don't like. It's been a while, but I have a few in my collection I just don't care for. So, knowing Chick Corea, knowing who he's played with in the past and his experience and background, that's pretty. I was gonna pick it up. So, Concert by the Sea, Errol Garner. I've been reading the History of Jazz, a book, and it is an amazing book. 6i Columbia label. And I have 3 or 4 other records by Errol Garner. A very smooth, kind of cool, smooth jazz pianist. And I believe he's ambidextrous. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's ambidextrous. So, Errol Garner, Concert by the Sea. And this was supposedly one of his best albums, one of his best recordings. So, happy to find that. And just a couple more, bear with me. This one, Alive, Chuck Mangione Quartet. This one is also beat to shit, and it's got like tape. It's got scotch tape holding together the. There we go. This one is. I mean, this one is super filthy. I don't know if you know. Yeah, there you go. That's just super filthy. But I'm gonna take a rag with some solution on it, rub that a few times around, and then run through the spin clean. And so, yeah. Two other records from Chuck Mangione. This is the quartet featuring Chuck Mangione, Jerry Newwood, Gary Newwood, 2011 on bass, and Steve Gadd on drums. It's mainly why I bought it. Excuse me. So yeah, I picked it up because I know Steve Gadd, 2011, Chuck Mangione, so it should be a good listen. Pick this up, Junior, J-I-G-J, Junior. Mama used to say too late with the two big hits on this album. Did a little bit of research on this from what I've gathered. It's a British artist, British R&B artist. So this is early '80s, '82. So I have a feeling this will be a good listen. It's on the Mercury label, and a lot of the songs are 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 4.5 minutes. So it should be a good listen. So, and the last record I had to show tonight is Best of Eric Burdon and the Animals, Volume 2. And this is on the MGM label. So, yeah, happy to pick that up too. And I don't even know how much I spent, but those were all basically, a few of them were a quarter, most of them were 50 cents. Yeah, got a great deal on a lot of them. I was happy I stuck around and dug for a while. But it's places like that are sometimes the best places to dig, so you never know what you're going to find. So that's it, everybody. Thank you for tuning in as always. Comments, feedback, messages are always welcome and appreciated. Everyone be good to yourselves. Take care. Enjoy the weekend. And as always, we'll talk soon.